Welcome to Pieces for My Puzzle. I'm your host, Nikki Ship, and I'm excited to be sharing with you my life with a son on the spectrum. This podcast is for anyone who is looking for quick tips and perspective, but most of all, for hope and inspiration. So sit back, relax, and let's put the pieces together. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Pieces for My Puzzle. I'm your host, Nikki Ship. Thank you so much for joining us today. Last week we spoke about helping your child sleep through the night and maybe some quick tips of what you can do and how you can also monitor their sleeping patterns. This week we're going to talk about sensory-friendly clothes for your child. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced sensory issues when it comes to clothes, but we definitely have in our household. We didn't notice until Dee was a little bit older, actually, that certain types of materials and clothes actually bothered him to the point where he was becoming selective about certain clothes that he wanted to wear. And at first, I just thought he was having a tantrum and just being difficult. But actually, I discovered later that it was the feeling of some of the material that really started to bother him. So for Drayson personally, he doesn't like anything with tags, no buttons. Even some things with a zipper are questionable. Jeans, he'll actually just start to lay down and cry. When we wear jeans are the big one in our household, and then even certain types of shoes. He can tie his shoes, but he prefers the slip-on shoes. But we've noticed, like I said, specifically jeans have been really hard for us to have him wear. So if I want to put him in a pair of jeans with a nice little collared shirt for family photos, you can forget it. It'll be a knockdown, drag out tantrum. So we've had to look into some other types of clothing to help Drayson and also allow him to maybe have some preferences in the types of clothes that he's wearing. So why is this important to address all this? One thing that I didn't realize until later was that it can really impede their learning and it can pose as a serious distraction. So if you think about it, if you don't like what you're wearing or you don't like the way something feels, it's going to be a constant distraction. That it would be that way for anybody, right? And I'm sure we can all agree we have some sensory, right? Maybe we have a certain type of material that we love to wear, but there's others that we don't. So I've noticed that Dee would hyper-focus on what bothered him. He would begin to hyper-focus on the clothing rather than the task at hand. So when you're trying to have them learn certain things or understand certain things, they're not going to understand anything if they don't feel comfortable. Imagine being in an environment where you feel uncomfortable. So it's important to create a comfortable environment so that they can actually conceptualize what you're trying to maybe teach them. And even in everyday life, just to be able to be home relaxing, you don't want them to be uncomfortable in their environment. So it's really important to make sure that you're addressing this. I thought for this episode, it would be pretty fun if I name some brands that I've discovered that are actually sensory friendly. So I'm going to give you guys several names actually of some brands that you can research and see where they're sold in stores. Some of them, they'll directly ship to you. I will post all of these links also in the show notes for you to have. So if you want to use these as a cross-reference, you're more than welcome to. And hopefully you'll find some of these brands beneficial. The first one is called Primary. And what I like about this brand is it's tag-free. It has flat seams, really cute designs, and the fabric is really soft. It's also really true to size, which is great. And they do make sizes. I did research some of this for you guys ahead of time too. They do make sizes from newborns all the way up to age 12. And once again, that name is called Primary. Another one is called Kiki Pants. I didn't make up the names. Kiki Pants, they're tag-free, and they are also really soft, breathable fabrics. And they have clothes for all ages, including adults. And they're actually available on Amazon. You can find them primarily on Amazon, which is also great because then you can just have it shipped straight to the house. Another one is called Sensory Smart Clothing. And again, no tags, flat seams, soft fabric, lightweight, and also cooling fabrics they have available. And they start off from a 4T all the way up to age 14. And if you haven't already noticed a theme with a lot of these clothes are tag-free, flat seams, right? So these are types of things that you can also look for in the store when you're shopping for your kiddo. All-in-One is another brand that I really like. They have also Velcro fastening and inside pockets with a like a built-in fidget. If your child likes little fidget toys, Drayson doesn't really take to fidget toys, but if you do have a child that likes those or prefers those, they have them actually built in to the pockets, which is pretty interesting. I do like the Velcro fastening. They have clothes for all ages, including adults. And this company actually was very specific about being built on customization. And they're famous for their onesies. They're actually in the UK, but they do ship all over the world, including the US. So I highly recommend that you check out All-in-One. Cozy Clothes. And that's cozy with a K, Kozie, Cozy Clothes. They have what they call smart seams. So again, the flat seams, tag-free. They have compression material, which is interesting. So if you have a child with sensory issues and they like compression or pressure, this might be something that might be a good choice for them because they do have some compression built into their clothing. Infants through age 18, they make clothes for, and it was actually designed by an occupational therapist, which I thought was pretty interesting. Smart Knit Kids. I love this brand. I stumbled across them when I was researching a lot of this, and I actually ordered some, so we'll see how it does in our house. But they are specifically socks and undergarments. So they have no seams, no heels, no of the non-binding sock tops, the elastic tops on the socks. They don't have that binding component in there. They make them for all ages, including adults, but I really thought that they were super cute, very plain, nothing super crazy on patterns or anything like that. But I liked how they didn't have some of the seams and especially for undergarments, that was highly appealing to me. But I did order some of their socks because I thought that they looked pretty cool. Bombas is another one. They also make socks. And same thing. They have no seams, no heels, non-binding at the top of the sock. And they do make them for all ages, including adults. And what I did like about Bombas was they has a lot of fun colors and soft materials. So a lot of variety there for you to choose from. They even had some holiday socks, which I thought was pretty fun. No Nets. This is an interesting one. No Nets, and it's N-O, no, and then Nets, N-E-T-Z. So it doesn't end with an S, it ends with a Z. They're actually swim trunks, and they're tag-free. They're chafe-free, and they're non-irritating. And they replace the mesh liner with an anti-chafe, antibacterial leg liner. So it's not like your traditional liner in the swimsuits. And I know sometimes that really bothers Drayson, the liner. So this one doesn't actually have, is supposed to not irritate or be as irritating to them. So it's actually built-in mesh liner, which I thought was pretty interesting. Then there's also Play Shoes, P-L-A-E, Play Shoes. These look like a really great product. We haven't tried these personally, but they're removable insole. They have a removable insole, supportive structure, and a roomy toe area in the shoe. And they make them all the way from toddlers all the way up to adults. They are washable and they can withstand wear. The one thing that they really promote, I noticed on their website, is that they can withstand heavy wear, which I thought was pretty awesome. And so I haven't, again, personally tried Play Shoes, but it's on my list. And it seems like they have a lot of structural support as well as Velcro versus tying shoes or seams. They have some other alternatives for that as well. You can also check certain stores like Target and Kohl's. They also carry adaptive brands that you can look into as well. But if you're shopping, the biggest thing is to make sure if they do have a sensory issue that maybe there's no zippers, no buttons, maybe there's a Velcro option, but something that also make them easy but also fashionable for your kiddo to wear. Find out what your child's likes and dislikes are, and you can also involve them in their choices of what they'd like to pick out. I mean, Drayson does that now. He very much knows what he likes and doesn't like. I've tried to sneak even the elastic type band jeans, and that was a no-go as well. So now that he's aware, he knows what he can choose from, and it gives him some options, which is also good for them too, because you're instilling confidence in them when they get to make choices for themselves of what to wear and how they'd like to look, because it does matter to them. This concludes our episode for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget that we do have Red Zone t-shirts available for you. If you haven't seen our Red Zone t-shirt, please check it out. If you're watching on YouTube here, I'll show it. I'll show it to you here. It's just our I'm in the Red Zone t-shirt. They're available for $25 plus shipping and handling. You can email us at info@piecesformypuzzle.com. Once again, please do not forget to like us on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already at Pieces for My Puzzle. If you like what you're hearing, please spread the word so that we can help create awareness for the autism community. Hopefully there's some resources and tools that we're going to offer that will be helpful to people looking for help. And also feel free to give us a good rating on your preferred podcast platform of choice. We always appreciate the good review. Thanks again for tuning in, and until next time, keep working on your puzzle. And remember, you don't have to have it all solved in a day. Take care. Done. Hold on, now it's all cold because I chugged a bunch of water. I'm like, hold on. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay.